she's not doing much that hasn't been done before. I mean, come on, Madonna. I mean, Lady Gaga's out there sitting in the audience with a G-string and clamshells. I mean, you know, we're seeing it. It just depends on where you are. If you go to a lot of violent movies, a super violent movie is not going to, it's going to be like, oh, well, that was really exciting. But if you don't normally see that stuff, as I hadn't seen that incarnation of her, I was like, what is she doing?
Yeah. Well,
I don't understand what she's
doing. To that
doing.
end, Gloria, I got to ask you, and keep the camera on her, please, Charles, would you please reenact the face that you made the first time you saw her dancing on stage with your son?
Well, see, okay, first of all, let me say that I really liked my son's video. I thought it was funny. I know his sense of humor. He loves to be a little naughty. His wife approved it. It was a female director who came up with a lot of that stuff. So he bought into it, of course. And they said, you know what, let's be outrageous. Let's really have some fun with this. But all the girls in the video were sort of like, oh, whatever. You know, they were just prancing on by. And the guys were going, hey, aren't I cool? Don't you want it? And the girls are going, Yeah. And so when my son came out, I thought, good, I'm going to get to see Robin stand and deliver his performance. And now Miley is taking over his song visually. And I thought, as a performer, if I'm performing with Tony Bennett, I don't try to upstage Tony Bennett.
Her latest hit, where she's basically naked, Wrecking Ball, is doing so well. Let's look at that. Okay, so that video set a record, more than 44 million views online in just 24 hours, and we learned today, Gloria, that Wrecking Ball will hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's the first time she's ever topped that national chart. So here's our second burning question to you tonight. Is it Miley Cyrus who's getting the last laugh, or Myrus, as I call her?
You know what? Maybe the people who want to have a #1 hit just need to make a great song and a great record, sing it well, and get naked. I don't know. Maybe that's the truth. Maybe there's, you know, the more outrageous you are in this market, the better, because there's so much content. You got to get noticed, right?
It's a formula that certainly has worked for a long time. And look, Miley may be on top of the world with her album right now and at least sales and things of that nature, but Showbiz Tonight did learn today that she is now, and there have been rumors about this, but now we know, excuse me, she has called off her engagement to Liam Hemsworth. And when I heard the news, you know, I never wanted to see a couple break up, but I also think, well, should we be surprised? She was 19 when she got engaged. One superstar engaged to another. It's really, really tough. Does it seem to you, from what you may know, or just the idea that these were these two young superstars, it was kind of doomed from the start?
You know what? I think that the obstacles to two highly busy, highly successful people having enough time to build their relationship, especially when they're so young, and there's so much in front of both of them. I think I don't know that they particularly were doomed from the start, but I think the obstacles are enormous. I know, you know, when I was with Alan Thicke, I mean, we were both starting our careers and we had time to establish ourselves, and so we had time to be a family, and we weren't traveling.